Heyo, how's everybody doing? This is EonShiKeno. It's on a nice Sunday afternoon. I'm going to commentate a lot of Starcraft. First up, we've got ViBe. He's going to be our red Zerg player over here on the right side of the map. This is going to be a ladder game. And actually, ViBe is from Clan Gosu, as I believe. And his opponent over here on the left is Grubby from his own team, Team Grubby. As usual, he's going to be our Protoss player. The Warcraft 3 professional from, seems like forever ago that I was watching him play at work with his Blade Master, and that was quite interesting. Actually, that was probably the first like computer esport game that I followed. I didn't really follow anything before that, so I kind of jumped on in the Warcraft 3 scene. So I got my first experiences with esports with Warcraft 3, and it was quite fun. But since then I moved on to Starcraft 2, and it's been much nicer. So we got a ladder game here on Shakuros Plateau. Grubby going to go out for that pylon scout and come in here and check out what ViBe is up to. Still hasn't put down a pool yet. Probably going to throw down one pretty soon. May even go hatch first. But I think hatch first is kind of fallen by the wayside against Protoss, because if they go for Forge Fast Expand, you always have to worry about that end. I mean, nowadays, everybody always throws down a pylon to block your hatch, so you might as well just throw down a pool first anyway and just get on with it. Get on with the hassle of having to do that. Grubby has to decide, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to go for a Nexus first? And considering how much money he saved up, I'm kind of guessing he's going to go for a Nexus first. This is a map where it's really, compared to other maps, very easy to hold your expansion. So, I mean, easy to throw down a Forge and like a Gateway and or even another Gateway if you need to defend up. No gas yet for ViBe. Probably going to be going for a quick third base here, and he's going to try and get this hatchery down, but no, Grubby is being quite annoying here. Going to block that as well as he can. Run around there and just dart in and out there like an annoying hummingbird. And ViBe trying all that he can, and now Grubby feeling, alright, get a little low there on the health for that probe. I'm just going to throw down a pylon back up, and we'll probably see him cancel this pylon right before it finishes anyway. Overlord in the main of Grubby. He sees all this stuff up there. He sees no gas yet. It's pretty safe to assume that they're going to go for a Forge Fast Expand, unless something crazy like I just want to see a game where the Overlord comes in here and scouts and sees, all right, no gas, and then he's like, all right, he's Forge Fast Expanding down here. That's like a pylon and like 3 gateways, mass pumping zealots. That would be an interesting game. I wonder how that would turn out. But we're not gonna have a game like that yet, not today. Cannon going down up here in the front. Nice wall off. It's easy to finish this wall off before the zealots get there, before the Zerglings get there. So, and if you haven't noticed, I'm a little sick right now. I had this like light cough on Thursday and Friday, and like Saturday it got even worse. I got the runny nose, and now it's just I don't know. Hopefully I'm on the downside of it. But I decided, you know what, I need to do some commentating, so let's charge through it. So yeah, like I said, he went for the fast third down here. ViBe is getting that up. No gas yet. No really reason to get gas if you're planning on making a quick third. Just kind of slows it down. So Probe is going to come in here and scout. I'm not quite sure what Grubby actually saw down there. No, he has not yet seen that third, but it's pretty safe to assume since he hasn't seen any gas up there. Cybernex core is going down. That thing is finished right now. And pretty interesting wall here. I like the position of the pylons here in the back. He's got 2 pylons powering the front buildings. That's nice to have. One zealot is, excuse me. One zealot's going to come up here, control that Zealot Tower. No, he's probably going to make his way down here to the third. Keep an eye on stuff just to double check that. Oh no, losing a zealot there, or sorry, a Zergling there, unfortunately, from ViBe. Really no reason to do that, just a little bit of miscontrol. Queen's out for ViBe, going to start doing some mass injects, doing some big drone pumping. And what are we going to see here from Grubby this game? He's got a pylon up here on this high ground. I like that. I like just the spread of pylons all across the map. But another Zergling goes down. This Zealot is 3-0 so far. And he will come up here and just get some nice vision. But he's pretty much been worth his weight in gold so far. He's going to start hacking away at this hatchery, but the real reason, like, you may think, all right, this is pretty worthless. Why is he attacking hatchery with one zealot? He's going to be able to stop it, but we're probably going to see Grubby hit a timing attack here with some warp gates, and he's just going to soften up the hatchery early. And oh no, did he actually see that probe running there? Okay, he's got a Zergling chasing. I was like, oh no, that's not good. But right there, good position there for Grubby, being as effective as possible. With that Zealot going to get a 6th kill? No, he does not. Does die, but like I was saying, he just sends the one Zealot in here just to weaken up the hatchery. That way, when he does come in with the rest of his warp gate forces for that timing attack, he can take that hatchery down just a little bit easier. So ViBe once again heading on out. They're going to try and control the map. And that probe does sneak by. No, he does not. ViBe does see that. And speed not yet finished. Has he even started? No, he has not even started researching that. Is that a mistake? Or is he just going to skip Zergling speed and go for roaches? Or maybe a +1 armor upgrade? Quite interested about what ViBe is going to do with this gas. He's got almost 300 gas now. His evolution chamber is done. He's waiting for the roach horn to finish. He's got plenty of gas. He's got 2 gas geysers here. And throwing out some spine crawlers and spore crawlers. Worried about some type of attack. Maybe DTs or something like that. But just playing a little conservative. Spore crawler even going up here at the entrance to his expansion. So, okay, yeah, he's going to go for that +1 armor. But even still, he's got like 300 gas still. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do with all that gas. Unless he's going to make roaches. But he's got a lot of larvae. Really confused about what ViBe is going for here. There we go. There's 7 roaches. Okay. So hopefully these 7 roaches will be out in time to stop this Zealot attack. There's a lot of Zealots coming over here from Grubby. That probe is going to try and sneak into the high ground. But no, there's 2 spine crawlers there. Double pokes it. Gets taken out. 3 Zealots come up here to the front of the ramp. And there is nothing here to defend it. Yep, the roaches are close to being popped. There's 12 roaches coming out. Here they all come. And oh no, he does lose a queen there. That's too bad. More Zealots on the way, but these roaches, where are these roaches at? Oh no, they all spawned down here at the bottom. So he spawned majority of them down there at the 3rd, because that's where he was expecting the attack to come. But no, Grubby went straight for the 2nd instead. And there's so many roaches at your ViBe. He's going to be able to take out the rest of these Zealots, no problem. But Grubby did do a fair amount of damage. He killed at least 1 queen. And he's got a Stalker coming out in there. He even snuck in a pylon down here in this bottom position. So he can actually, he's throwing down a force field. And this one Zealot's going to get taken down. So let's check the worker count tab while we're at it. 51 versus 51, pretty even. The Overlord there is going to come in and scout everything. Grubby, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He's got 1 Warp Prism on the way, Blink on the way, also researching that. But it's probably a smart move to fall back right now. After ViBe got all of those roaches out, he should have more than enough units to deal with this. So we saw ViBe there just skip the Zergling speed because he wants to get a large number of roaches out to deal with that timing attack Grubby was hitting there. On his with all those Zealots that he came out with. So we're gonna have a Warp Prism drop here with 2 Zealot, Stalker, and a Sentry in there. Now what is he gonna do? Probably drop here in the back, but Overseer once again flying through the base, gonna scout all this good stuff out. He isn't gonna see much more. There's a robotics facility and a Twilight Council, so not much to see down here. +1 armor being researched, and that Overseer does finally die, taken out by that Stalker. And another, did he actually drop that Stalker over here? I like that, taking that out. But now we're going to have a drop here in the main. Is ViBe, does he see it? I don't see any action yet on the mini-map. There go the 3 force fields, and these drones are trying to get out of there. They have nowhere to run, this Zealot. And this Sentry is actually attacking that Queen, but now he's going to start focusing on it. Now he's warping in the Stalker, and now finally these Zerglings are going to come here and clean up the rest of these Zealots. So that guy's on hold position there. And yeah, he's going to save that. So nice control there from Grubby. He's going to be able to sneak out of here without losing. I think he just lost 1 Sentry. Got a couple worker kills. Let's check the old kilometer. He's got 17 worker killed. That isn't all from this one particular attack. He did a couple earlier. So good defense here from ViBe down here in his 3rd base. He's got plenty of spine crawlers. He's repositioning some of his buildings down here. He's got 2 gas down here. 2 gas down here, and of course 2 gas back at his main. He's got Hydralisk Den on the way, Spore Crawler, and another macro hatch in his main. So good control here and good macro from ViBe this game. He's got a lot of really nice creep tumors. I mean, you can just see the creep tumors spreading out all across the map. Looking pretty good for ViBe. Same time, we have Grubby set up his 3rd down here in the bottom left, throwing up some cannons, throwing up some gateways to go for a wall off here. And where are these Zealots going? Just hanging out down here. We have attack at the top. Stalker's going to go and focus fire on the Spine Crawler, take that down pretty quickly. He does have Blink, so he can blink away from that. And he's throwing down some force fields there, Hydra out now, and those guys will have a pretty good DPS. And we're going to have to see Grubby fall back from this. He's going to focus fire a little bit and then just head on out of there. So not too terribly effective. An attack here from Grubby. Supply favoring ViBe still. He's droned up a lot of drones. He just made about 20. That's going to allow him to saturate this expansion down here. And Grubby's just making a huge zealot force, but these zealots aren't going to be too effective versus these Roach and Hydra. So there we go. Colossus is coming out, and that's what Grubby's going to need. He's going to have to get some Colossus out to deal with this composition that ViBe is going for this game. So there we have Zergling speed finally on the way. I was wondering when that was coming. And +2 for the Roaches is going to be coming out. And why did those Roaches just run away? Okay, they're worried about the Stalkers. I think they could have taken those Stalkers there because there wasn't that many, but he does have Blink. Now Grubby going to just push the creep back just a little bit, just slow those Hydras down, and he needs to watch out. Oh, actually loses that. Nice job there with the Overseer. I love when Zerg players just continually have at least one Overseer for detection in their army. I mean, once you're on 3 base, there's really no reason not to have an Overseer, just to play a little bit safe. They're not that expensive as far as gas goes if you're on 3 base with 6 gas. So another drop down here in the bottom from Grubby with 2 sentries. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm a little sick. One zealot holding in a position over here. And these sentries are going to work on taking this extractor down. Now he's going to get out of there. Not much happening there. 3rd base is up and popping for Grubby. Well, let's check the worker count. We've got 80 versus 67, so favoring ViBe. Obviously, supply favoring him. 10 more drones coming out, 9 more Roaches. Blink Stalkers harassing here in the middle. But ViBe is getting a pretty big force. He's going to have 2-2 pretty soon. He's making a Nidus Worm. Where is that Nidus Worm at? Oh, it's down here in this bottom position. That's going to be pretty good. He's going to be able to push in here from the high ground and start harassing Grubby's 3rd base. Excuse me. He's going to need that Colossus over there to start dealing with that. He's got 2 over here. Thermal Lance is done, so he can deal with that pretty well. Let's see how well ViBe can deal with this. Is he just going to run straight down the ramp and maybe just sacrifice on that Nexus, just take it out right away? 4 pylons being warped in. I don't know if Grubby knew this was coming, but he did try to wall that off there. Not going to happen. Roach is getting in the back there. Getting on the other side of that, just delaying mining for a little bit. These Roaches are going to die. They just need to do suicide on this Nexus, but now reinforcements are here from Grubby. So all really that ViBe has done is just kind of delayed mining a little bit and sacrificed a whole heap load of Roaches for it. Really bad attack there from ViBe, and didn't accomplish much of anything. So Grubby pushing her through the middle, noticing he killed a lot of Roaches, feeling he's got some room for an attack. Maybe just going to poke up, look around the front for any bases. Not going to see anything, going to fall back. Roaches and Hydras now heading out. That +2 just now finished, and oh man, all these Zealots are going to get trashed. Luckily, those Stalkers do have Blink, 1 force field, just throw down. I mean, I love when like Protoss players are running away. They're like, oh shit, and they're like throw down a force field. Doesn't really accomplish anything. But we have a Nidus Worm in the top. Roaches doing it again. And look at this, another Nidus Worm here from ViBe. So ViBe really pressuring with the Nidus Worms. And we had one down there on the bottom of the map too. And yeah, Grubby trying to blink as well as possible. He really just needs to pull probes to deal with this. I mean, he's got probes right here. This Nidus Worm is going to get done, and he's just going to pop out there. But oh no, he actually does kill it. So never mind. Scratch that. Grubby knows all. He figured that out. He's like, all right, I've got 4 seconds, and I know I just have just enough DPS to deal with this Colossus show up. Going to clean up the rest of these Roaches. And so ViBe is maxed on supply. He's got 6 Infestors out. And Grubby's transitioned to High Templar, so he's going to be able to make some Archon, throw down some Storm, which is going to be a pretty good use versus, of course, any Zerg player late game. Infestors out. We're going to see some Broodlords coming out pretty soon, actually in a little bit here. Greater Spire on the way. And ViBe's harass really hasn't paid off that much. But anyways, he's going to go for an attack here through the middle. No, Grubby's going to fall back just a little bit. I think that would have been a better timing. Yeah, he needs to go as soon as possible. He's got a pretty good timing here, I think, with the number of Colossus he has and just the fact that the Corruptors... Okay, never mind. They just now showed up, so I don't know how this is going to work. He's going to have Fungals. ViBe's going to have Fungals. But Grubby has Guardian Shield, and he's pushing forward. ViBe needs to get a really nice surround here. High Templar are going to drop some Storm Bombs right on top of that. Corruptors focus firing down on the Colossus. ViBe getting a nice spread there. Both players getting a nice spread. Blink Micro from Grubby. He's going to fall back. Infestors throwing down a lot of infested Terran. The Corruptor is going to be able to finish off the rest of the Colossus. Yes, and at the same time, we have Spine Crawlers for ViBe going to go up. And ViBe has not much of an army left here. Grubby faring extremely well. +3 finishing right now. 33 Roaches coming out. Greater Spire so close to being finished. And it's going to be Roaches versus the rest of Grubby's army. Grubby has no reinforcements. Stalkers at the top going to take out that expansion. We have so many Roaches going to come near these Immortals getting trapped. Or just kind of getting left alone. And Grubby's not going to fall back. So many Roaches going to be able to take out the rest of these units. And Grubby a little bit of an overextension there after all those Roaches popped out. But he did get this base at the top. More Stalkers on the way. And he's just going to blink up here to the main. Wow, a lot of multi-prong harass here from Grubby down at the bottom. He's going to use all these Stalkers, take out these Spine Crawlers extremely quick. And yep, there goes down some more spine crawlers. Excuse me, blinking back. Oh my god, I'm just coughing up a lung here. So he's going to be able to take out, he took out that observer, which is kind of a big deal. That's going to slow down Grubby's ability to harass us as soon as he does blink down to the low ground. Grubby's not going to have vision of the high ground with that observer, so supply favoring ViBe. And there's a Nidus worm down here in the bottom left part of the map. So plenty of roaches going to show up, and Grubby's going to lose the rest of these stalker reinforcements. No, he's going to pay attention to the last second, blink 3 of those back, but this Nidus worm was taken care of. And not quite sure how much damage was going on there. I was watching somewhere else, but if you guys saw it, I had that up in the picture-in-picture. So a lot of roaches, a lot of Zerglings out now. He's got 2 armor on those Zerglings. 6 Broodlords on the way. This game is getting pretty late game. Grubby working on taking up these destructible rocks. Looking for another base to move up into. Supply pretty close here. We're going to see ViBe push out as soon as he gets these Broodlords. And then we got 2 Infestors just following this Queen. That's like... I don't know why that's so funny, but no, Grubby's not laughing here. He's gonna go straight in for killing. He's gonna take out some of these roaches. ViBe paying attention. Fall back is falling back. So supply. Actually, I was gonna say it was favoring Grubby, but right now it's favoring ViBe. ViBe needs to fall back just a little bit. He's kind of buying time here. He wants to get those Broodlords out. He's got 4 more on the way. Here we have a big fleet of Broodlords. A nice storm there, but a fungal goes down. He's gonna pick off 3 of those stalkers. So those guys cannot blink away. Now Grubby's gonna fall back here to the middle ground. Hold out at the Zealot Naga Tower. Now is this the point where we're gonna see ViBe go for a push? Well, I don't know. We'll see here. Both players have quite a decent amount of bank saved up. And Grubby with the observer back once again is going to go for this beautiful. I love watching that. That's just the coolest thing ever. Just to watch so many stalkers get in here with that nice blink micro. And there's a lot of stalker, or actually a lot of spine crawlers here from ViBe. So ViBe prepared for this again. He's just going to be able to slow us down just a little bit. More reinforcements on the way are going to show up. Roach is going to get in here. So Grubby killing a couple spine crawlers, forcing a couple more, killing just a few drones. I don't know where these stalkers are going. These guys were with that bottom patch of units, but those guys are going to get taken out. And now we have an attack here from Grubby going to the top. Grubby, they just want to fighting on 2 fronts here. Wants to delay these expansions as long as possible from ViBe to try to be really cost effective. Now where is that observer at? Here it is. Grubby's probably going to make an attempt to go back into the main, or actually this 4th base for ViBe. But there's a lot of roaches up here. You're just going to go in for a poke, bait him back, and then get a couple free hits here. I like that. Might as well. He's just going to do some blink micro. Nope, he's busy paying attention to the middle. Those stalkers are just going to hang out down here, be quite pestering back to the middle. A lot of broodlings chasing down. Those guys are so fast. 3.84 movement speed. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So stalkers now blinking up in here into the 4th base. Just going to continue the pressure. ViBe wants to get those spine crawlers up. I love that he's rebuilding those every single time. You can't slack at all. Grubby's just applying so much pressure this game, but we have a big attack coming from ViBe in the middle of the map. There's so many broodlords. And yeah, so Grubby's going to continue to do the pressure down here. Storms in the middle. Just going to try and force those. Oh, actually, that went pretty bad for Grubby there. Walked right through his own storms. And now, are we going to see ViBe turn around, or is he going to apply some more pressure here? There's a lot of Broodlords here, 10 Broodlords, but there's a lot of Stalkers here from Grubby. He can blink underneath that, even storm on top of it. He's got a couple of Void Rays out, and what do we have for AA here for ViBe? Nothing. He's got a lot of Corruptors on the way, though, so now's his chance to use those Void Rays to get up in there and pick off some Broodlords. And this base is going to fall from Grubby. ViBe is going to take that out. 1 Storm is going to go down. Not going to do much there. And ViBe just wants to continue the pressure. The supply is favoring a ViBe at this point. A lot of Corruptors are going to come out. That's going to be nice. That's one thing that ViBe is lacking is AA support. But he's got a lot of Corruptors going to come out. And those Voiders are going to get taken out so quick. But a Storm right there on top of all those Broodlords. A couple Infestors being thrown. And once again, another Storm with the Stalkers. Really need to focus on the Broodlords. There they go. Now he's going to control those up. And Corruptors taking out the Colossus. Both Colossus are going to fall. 2 armor, 3 attack upgrades there from Grubby, but after losing the majority of the Broodlords here, Grubby should be able to stabilize with this, and he's gonna blink back, just get out of the way of those infested Terran. Those guys do quite a bit of damage actually, and now he's got some Archons, and he's gonna continue to push forward here. So good job there from Grubby, just holding that off from that big push from ViBe. Archon's going to go down in the front. Those guys are tanking as well as they can, but he's just micro, and he's going to save that guy through the back. Queen's up here in the front. These guys are a little too late to the party. He really needed those Queens when those Broodlords were getting attacked. So now ViBe is just going to continue to push here, but he doesn't have enough minerals. He's got a lot of gas, so he can make some more Broodlords. He can make a couple of them, but yeah, his army composition has kind of fallen apart after that big attack, and Grubby looking pretty good here. More Zealots, a heap of Zealots. Going to go straight for this 5th base. Going to take out this 5th base, go straight for it. And at the same time, Stalker is going to go to the top. Does he have any observers to blink in? Nope, the one is down here. Roaches. Yeah, but Grubby doesn't care. He's just going to sacrifice these zealots to take out the hatch. Yes, it goes down. But at the same time, we have a... oh, actually, there it is. There's another observer here. So Grubby's got 2 observers out on the map. He's going to blink up in here. Shift blink up there. And I just love seeing those shift blink. But he's going to lose his... excuse me. He's going to lose his spawning pool. Not that big of a deal. We haven't seen ViBe do much with as far as... Zerglings, he hasn't got any upgrades for him except for the speed. So, oh no, fungal growth is going to go down there. Now he's going to try and blink forward, focus fire, kill the infestors. Those guys are pretty weak. He may be able to get the rest. No, he does not. He keeps all of them alive. And one stalker up here in the front, just going to do a little bit of harassing, poking around. 1 kill for this guy. He's going to get any drone kills. No, he's not. He's going to die to... oh, wait, I spoke too soon. But he may get chased down here by the Broodlords. Nope, he gets taken out by the Roach there. So 2-2 upgrades here from ViBe. He hasn't started any more upgrades yet. He does have Hive, so we can do that. More stalkers pushing in once again. Blinking forward, going to take out that drone. He does have that observer over here still. I like that. I like the avenues Grubby's opened for himself this game by putting those observers there on the high ground so he can blink with stalkers. Just, once again, just sitting in 4 zealots is going to cancel this expansion. And Grubby's doing a really nice job of just denying these bases down here at the bottom. So a lot of roaches here. ViBe wanting to return the favor of denying bases in the middle. ViBe is pushing forward. He's got a lot of roaches. He's got a lot of broodlords. No upgrades yet for the broodlords or for those broodlings. These guys do not have any upgrades. Zealot's doing a nice job here. Stalkers blinking in the back of this bottom 3rd base, and they're going to take out this hatchery. Are they going to get it? Yes, they're just going to focus fire and just continue to attack it. They don't really care about this one roach. He should be able to get it. He's got enough stalkers. He's blinking back just a little bit. Now he's kind of decided to worry about some other stuff, but at the same time we have stalkers here at the top of the map. Just doing a little bit of damage, just being extremely annoying. This is so remnant of like PvZ, where you just have constant drop harass with medevac marines, and sometimes it's really hard for the Zerg player to deal with that, with just spine crawlers and just controlling their army all over the place. And Grubby's doing a nice job of multi-prong harasses this whole game, just trying to apply as much possible pressure to ViBe. And now the supply is favoring Grubby by about 30 supply. 3 more zealots just being streamed in here. Going to take out this hatchery once again. But does ViBe see it? He has to have seen it. Yep, he should be able to save it this time. He's got a lot of broodlords back in the mix, so his composition is looking a lot nicer. This will be ViBe's 2nd really large late game attack with the Roach and Fester broodlord combination. But once again, he doesn't have that many corruptors. Let's check the... yeah, he actually has no corruptors, so the Colossus can do pretty good here. And where are the infestors at? Oh, Grubby just blinking a couple units forward, a couple stalkers forward. Got a couple infestors there. Feedback on one of those infestors. He's running out of fungal growth, and nice storms there on top of all of those broodlords. And those broodlords are getting really weak. Does he have enough stalkers? Nope, he's just going to fall back for the time being. Plenty of broodlords left here, but these guys are all really low life. This is going to be a one-way trip for these broodlords. As soon as we get some more stalkers out here, maybe some more high Templar, that's going to be able to fall. And now ViBe forced to do some long distance mining. Just getting tired of building hatches. But High Templar going to go up there. He's going to get a storm off. No, he does not. He gets taken out. But the broodlords are going to fall back. They're worried about these stalkers, and rightfully so. Infestors with no energy for fungal, and now all these broodlords are just going to fall so quickly to all of these stalkers. But he did manage to take out the Nexus, so not without gaining anything there. Both players just having constant action this game, back and forth. Supply now heavily favoring Grubby, 160 versus 99 for a ViBe. So still not able to retake this bottom base here. This bottom base over here, ViBe is just kind of just been beaten so far this game by Grubby with these late game stalker harass, zealot harass. So, I mean, we could see a trend here from Grubby. He likes to send the zealots into the low ground to attack these expansions, and then send stalkers into the high ground with Blink and Observer to get to the high ground on Shakir's Plateau. And it seemed to work out pretty well for him this game. So ViBe figuring he needs more he needs more creep tumors, as he's going to make a whole bunch of creep tumors there. 3 stalkers into the main, and what are they going to do up here? Just start poking around. And I'm going to have to get a drink after this game, man. This has been quite a long game, and I'm quite sick. 5 Hydra coming out, and now warping in Zealots to the high ground. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Grubby go for any DTs this game. I think DTs would have worked pretty well into the combination of harasses he's been going with. He's just been doing a lot of harass this game, and DTs are really good for PvZ late game harass. Just sticking one in there. especially in combination with Stalkers. If you use Stalkers to take out like the one Spore Crawler they have up in there, just run in a DT and that'll just work pretty well. Grubby seems to be going to go in for the final attack. There's just Infestors and Hydra left for ViBe. Actually, there's a couple Roaches there, and throwing down a couple Fungals, but these Stalkers aren't really that clumped up. It's not going to work too good. But he's got a couple units. He's going to force Grubby to fall back for a little bit, at least wait for another reinforcement. He's going to snipe the High Templar. Yes, he does. Nice big storm there, and those Roaches and Hydra are going to need some raincoats because they're just getting trashed on by those storms. That was a good position there for that storm right here in this sort of a choke point where all these Hydra and Roaches are kind of funneling in around here. Archon being morphed here. Once again, ViBe taking this base down here in the bottom right part of the map. Oh, man. This sickness is killing me. Anyways, man, these both players, what is this Stalker doing? Where is he going? These guys must... Okay, they're just on patrol. I'm like, what? Did I miss something here? So Grubby with the middle here, but we have attack once again. Stalkers gonna just come in here and focus fire, take down this, but at the same time we have Infestors at the some number base for Grubby. I've lost count this game. One of Grubby's bases there on the left side of the map are getting dropped on by those Infestors, but it seems like ViBe is gonna lose this hatchery down here. And at the same time we have a push here from Grubby, a big force here from Grubby coming through the middle of the map. He should be able to take out this one of these third base here from ViBe. But he's not really mining anything left here. He's got a little bit of gas there, but not too big of a deal that he's actually losing this base. The base that he's really worried about losing is the one down there in the bottom. And there we have it, the GG. Well played from ViBe, and the GG from Grubby. So, wow, this game was just so much action going on this game. And I hope I did it justice, even though I was a little bit sick. But a really fun ZVP on this map. I mean, we saw... I don't know, I'm thinking about ViBe's late game army composition. And I don't really know if I like Roaches in the mix there. I think if he would have waited a little bit longer... and just, you know, got rid of the Roaches and replaced it with something else, either more Infestors and more Broodlords and more Corruptors, and just got rid of them, because Roaches really do suck up a lot of supply for Zerg late game. And if it maybe been a little bit sooner without the Broodlords, maybe I would have liked it a little bit better, but Grubby held it off pretty well. And, I mean, at that point, he held off that first big timing attack from ViBe where he had his Roaches, Infestors, and Broodlords. And after he held that off, he just continued the pressure. I mean, I don't even remember how many times Grubby was fighting on multiple fronts this game, whether blinking Stalkers into the low ground, or actually blinking Stalkers into the bottom part of the map or the top part of the map, and then sending in 5 or 6 Zealots to the low ground expansions to take those out. He just had a constant plan of harass, and he just continued with it through the entire game. And, I mean, this is one of the situations where you could say Micro did pay off, and that comes straight from Grubby's Warcraft 3 roots, and you can see it right here in this game. So I hope everybody enjoyed this commentary from me. If you like more of my stuff, please subscribe. I post stuff quite frequently throughout the entire week. And that's it for me. See you guys later.